Hi guys, it's Kino. Welcome to another video. So a while ago I made a video on the topic of manifestation. I'm not sure how long ago it was, but we spoke about manifestation blockages and that was a lot of fun. So I wanted to come back in front of the camera and make another video about manifestation. So the topic that we're going to cover today is about manifesting a specific person and how and why that works. I think this can be a kind of tricky or confusing topic because of course the question comes up of what about the other person's free will? Like where does that come into play? So I kind of want to take a deep dive into this topic and how everything works. So if you're new here, hello, my name is Kino. I normally make pick a card tarot readings on this YouTube channel, so if you're interested in those, please feel free to check them out after this video. I also make music, which is what you heard at the intro, so that music channel will be linked down below too. So as usual, when I am in front of the camera rambling, there is really no telling how long this video could get. I'm assuming it's gonna get long because I just know myself as a person. So I will be putting a table of contents down below so that if there's like a specific part of this video that you want to see, like a specific thing you want to get answers for, you'll be able to locate it down below so that you don't have to sit through the whole long ass thing. You can just, find the part that has the answers you need. If you are just getting into the basics of manifestation, I do want to recommend the last video that I made because I take a few minutes to explain like how and why manifestation works and what does it mean when we refer to the universe, like what is this being that is granting all our wishes, and what can we do to help the universe grant our wishes and all of that kind of stuff. So I will put it up there so that you can watch it if you want to. And before we get into this one, I also do want to make a disclaimer. I'm going to acknowledge right now that the explanations and the examples that I give in this video, they will be oversimplified because humans are complex and our subconscious mind is very complex. And when we're talking about relationships, now you have two people, two subconscious minds interacting with each other and manifesting from each other. And there's just so many different possible combinations of like person A has these subconscious beliefs, person B has these subconscious beliefs, and so when they get together, they manifest this kind of dynamic. So when I'm giving hypothetical examples of how this works, they are going to be oversimplified a little bit. So please consider this video as my attempt to explain how relationships are manifested in a way that is easy as possible to understand. So first off, there are 3 truths that I want you guys to remember when watching this video, and I wrote them down because I feel like they're important. This noisy house, I swear to God. Number 1, sorry, I'm reading them. Number 1, the universe matches us with people who are a reflection of our subconscious beliefs. Number 2, we can influence who appears in our life by adjusting our subconscious beliefs. And 3, there is no such thing as one-sided manifestation. So if you manifest somebody into your life, that means that they manifested you into their life, regardless of whether you were consciously trying to do that or not. Anytime we have an interaction or relationship with someone else, we are each other's manifestation. So the first part of this video is going to be a look at the phenomenon of manifesting things for other people or from other people and how and why that works. If you're just interested in getting to the part specifically about manifesting a romantic relationship with your specific person of interest, that will start at this time, but I would suggest that you watch this first part because I think it's going to give important context to the rest of the video. So the first thing we need to note is that we can and do manifest things from other people constantly, all the time. We manifest other people's behavior toward us, other people's communication to us. We manifest certain treatment from them. We manifest offers and invitations from them and everything. In fact, it is impossible not to affect other people with your manifestation because our entire experience living here as a human is a result of our manifestation. Of course, most of it is subconscious. So most of our interactions with other people are subconsciously manifested. However, it is possible to consciously manifest words or actions from somebody else. As you guys know, the universe is infinite intelligence. It has the potential to express itself in any way, shape, or form, and as it passes through the filter of our subconscious mind, it reflects before us the reality that we are living in. The way the universe presents itself to us is a direct reflection of whatever is in our subconscious mind. So the way I see it is like when it comes to our relationships and our interactions with other people, it's like the universe is constantly like in real time matching us with people so that we can mutually reflect each other's subconscious beliefs. So if you believe you are beautiful, then the universe will be working to match you with people who believe you are beautiful and who will tell you you are beautiful so that that can be reflected back to you. And the same is true for conscious manifestation. So if you are, for example, trying to manifest moving into a new apartment, the universe will match you with somebody who is trying to manifest getting rid of their apartment. Of course, provided both people's subconscious beliefs are allowing for that experience to happen. So I'm gonna give a real life example of this universe matching people, which I think is really cool. So I had the idea to make this video quite some time ago, and I wanted to give examples of this. Like, how does the universe match us so that we can fulfill each other's manifestations? But I couldn't really think of any real life examples that had happened. So I kind of like put that aside. And then one day I heard from my best friend that she got a promotion and she was going to be moving to a much nicer branch at her job. And so I thought, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Like, this is a new chapter in her life. And I wanted to get her a gift to commemorate this accomplishment. And so I thought for a bit and I decided on getting her a diptyque candle, which is like a fancy expensive candle. I was going to meet her for dinner, and before going to meet her, I went to the diptyque store. I had never been in there before. I don't know anything about these candles, and the staff goes up to me and she's asking if I need help with something, and I explain like I want to get a candle for my friend, but I don't know what to get. And so she recommends a few to me and I sniff them and I picked the one that I like. It's called Be. It's the berry one. It smells like berries. So I go to dinner with my friend and I tell her to close her eyes, and I put the bag out in front of her and I say, open your eyes. And she opens her eyes and she's looking at me like with this shock on her face, like she's in disbelief. And at first I was like, oh, she's just surprised because it's a nice gift. But no, she was looking so like, what the heck just happened? And so I was like, what? Tell me what's going on. And she says, just this past weekend, I think it was like 3 days prior, she told herself that she was going to purchase a diptyque candle to, and in the exact words, like to symbolize moving on to the new chapter of her life. These are the exact words she told herself, which is like what I was thinking too. And then she stopped herself and she said, no, I'm not going to get it for myself. I'm going to manifest somebody else buying it for me. And she says, which one is it? Is it the Be one? And I said, yes, how do you know? And she said, that's the one I visualized getting. And then I was freaked out too. So what happened was that she manifested her candle from me, her specific candle from me. I believe that that idea came into my head because of her manifestation. She also manifested a behavior from the staff of the store because the staff recommended to me the exact one that she wanted. And I manifested an example from my video from my friend, and probably the staff manifested something from me too. Maybe when I walked into the store, the staff was like, ooh, I'm gonna make a sale from that person. So we all manifested our desired behaviors from each other. And it's important to note that on all of our respective ends, you know, we don't feel in any way like our free will is being infringed upon or anything like that. Like the actions that we took, they came so naturally and they felt like our own idea. Well, they were our own idea. And this is because the universe does such a good job at matching us. it matches with people who will fulfill our manifestation in the most natural way possible, because the universe is very efficient. The universe will choose the path of least resistance. So the universe chose me to fulfill the candle because it was easy. So yes, you can manifest actions from other people that feel very natural to them. But what about manifesting actions that are out of character for somebody? Well, you can actually do this as well. We have all acted out of character at some point in our lives, whether it was because we were feeling nervous, or we were feeling impulsive, or we were in a weird mood, something just came over us. It happens. So none of us really have subconscious objections to acting out of character sometimes. And we probably won't think that much of it if we do. So for example, I am an introvert. I'm not really the type to, go up and talk to a stranger. But let's say I happen to be around a stranger who is really feeling themselves, or maybe I'm around a stranger who is consciously trying to manifest a compliment. So if the universe sees that I'm like the nearest person and I don't really have an objection to acting out of character, because it happens sometimes, I might walk up to that person and say they have really cool shoes or something like that. I might come up and compliment them. And, I might have a little bit of a feeling like, that was weird. But again, I'm not going to feel like I've been controlled or that my free will was infringed upon. So there's like a little lapse of my character so that that stranger can manifest what they want, and then I go about my life and I'm fine, and that person goes about their life and the universe has done its job again. A friend of mine actually succeeded in doing this recently. She had somebody in her life who had been acting quite distant towards her. I believe like he hadn't reached out or communicated at all in quite some time, and she was able to manifest him reaching out and inviting her to hang out. And as if the universe was really trying to confirm to her that yes, this was your manifestation, at some point in their visit, he says to her, "Do you believe in manifestation?" And he never talks about this kind of stuff. So I heard, like, he doesn't really talk about that spiritual stuff ever. So again, it's out of character for him to say something like that. And yet he did. I also want to mention that you can manifest out of character negative behaviors from people too. I'm going to use an example that I wrote in a script months ago, which has been long discarded. So let's talk about Jimin. In case you don't know, Jimin is a very famous musician and he's a very sweet person. But let's say there's this other guy named Roger. And Roger believes that all celebrities are assholes, like no exception. They're rude, they're stuck up, they're just all terrible. So he has this belief so strongly that it has permeated his subconscious. So if Roger is to meet a celebrity, the universe needs to fulfill that interaction in such a way to reflect that back to him. I don't know why that sentence was so hard to get out. So if Roger were to meet Jimin, who is not an asshole, how is the universe going to make this happen so that Roger's subconscious can be reflected back to him? Well, in this case, Roger might manifest the meeting with Jimin so that it will happen at a time where Jimin is very tired, or he's very stressed out. Maybe he's not really feeling well, or he's going through something hard, heaven forbid, and he just does not feel like being social. We all have times like that, but Roger would manifest meeting him under those circumstances so that maybe Jimin is, I can't even do this with a straight face. So maybe Jimin is not being very approachable, he's not really talking, he's not really being very friendly, he just doesn't have it in him. On any other day, maybe he would, but the universe has to do what the universe has to do, and Roger said celebrities are assholes, so that's what he's gonna get. And Roger will walk away from that interaction like, I knew it, celebrities are so rude, blah, blah, blah. It will just confirm what he already believes. This is what he manifested. So what have we learned so far? You can manifest words, actions, and behaviors from other people. In fact, it is impossible not to. And you can manifest behaviors from specific people, even if it's out of character for them. So that is all, what is it? Well and good. That is all fine and dandy. But what if you want to manifest a relationship with somebody? Can you do that? And the answer is Yes, but with some stipulations, as you may have guessed. So again, there's this concept of the universe matching people, which still applies here. It's important to note that if you are pursuing someone or if you are expressing your feelings to somebody, they are manifesting this behavior from you. And that doesn't mean that they're like controlling you or anything, but it does mean that their subconscious beliefs are allowing them to experience you behaving this way towards them. If you're involved with someone in any way, it's because your subconscious beliefs are compatible with each other. So yes, the universe has matched the two of you. If there is a mutual interest and there's harmony between two people, reinforcing the connection with your positive intentions can be a really great way to manifest coming into that committed union faster and more smoothly. Of course, the ideal situation would be that person A wants a relationship with person B and subconsciously believes it to be possible, and vice versa. So they manifest each other and they get together and they live happily ever after. But of course, this is not always the case because again, humans are complex. So what should you do if you're not manifesting the relationship that you want with your specific person of interest? I think first and foremost, it's important to reflect on why you manifested this person in your life in the first place. What subconscious beliefs is this person reflecting to you with the way that they treat you? Ask yourself how this connection is making you feel right now. I personally think that it's good to write these things down, and you can really do this in any way you want. Like you can write words down, like this person makes me feel beautiful or hopeful or inspired, or this person makes me feel frustrated, this person makes me feel confused. You can write down just words like that if you want, but if you're able to expand on those and develop them into statements, I think that that's even better, because what we're trying to do is get to the root of your subconscious beliefs, and your belief is probably best expressed as a statement rather than just one word. So for example, maybe you can expand on those positive words to something like, this person makes me feel like true love is real, this connection makes me feel like anything is possible. Or it might be something like, this person makes me feel like I am undesirable, or this connection makes me feel like nothing ever works out for me. Do a bit of soul searching to figure out what beliefs this person is reflecting to you. So if you find that your list is all positive things, or it's overwhelmingly positive, then that likely means that your manifestation is on its way to you, and it's really just a matter of time. You just need to be patient. If you find that your list is all negative or overwhelmingly negative, then you might want to reconsider pursuing this person. But maybe you will have a mix of both, like there's some positive and there's some negative, and that's totally normal because again, we are complex beings. But if you're unhappy with the current state of the connection, we need to focus on those negative statements, because that is showing us what your limiting beliefs are. Maybe those of you learning about manifestation have heard the opposite, like you're not supposed to focus on the negative and just focus on the positive. That is not really the way I see things. It's just my personal opinion that ignoring negative things allows them to fester. And the quicker you address it and rip that band-aid off, the better it's going to be for the long term. So there are a ton of different kinds of limiting beliefs that we can have. We all have them. They can be about yourself. They can be about relationships in general. They could even be about the universe, or like your relationship with the universe. But these beliefs will affect who is in your reality and how they are treating you. To see a change in our relationships, we need to change these beliefs. So once you have identified your limiting belief or beliefs, you can practice affirming the opposite to yourself. So if you find that your limiting belief is that you are undesirable, you can practice affirming to yourself that you are desirable. If your limiting belief is that the universe is against you in some way, you can practice affirming the opposite, that the universe is working in your favor. If you believe that like the dating world sucks, like there's no emotionally available people, there's no good people out there, again, you would affirm the opposite. And if you want to take it a step further, if you can figure out why that limiting belief got there in the first place, it can help you to get rid of it, because very often we can trace it back to an earlier memory, especially a memory from childhood, a wound that we have been carrying. And if you can find the root of it, you can revisit that memory and heal your past self. That's something that I also kind of go more in depth in my previous manifestation video. So again, if you want to check that out, I would recommend it. And I also want to make a very important note here. The ability to manifest what you want does not depend on you completely eliminating all of your negative beliefs and healing everything. I don't even think that's something that humans can do in this one lifetime. I think it's like a constant, perpetual journey that we get closer and closer to, but I think you're never going to eliminate all of your limiting beliefs, and I think it's not fair to put that kind of pressure on yourself. But the idea is that the more of those beliefs you can switch into a positive one, the faster and easier your manifestations will come to you. So let's give an example of how this would play out now with your person of interest. So let's say that you have been involved, you've been talking to someone whom you really like, but they're kind of flaky, they're kind of on and off with you. And upon further reflection, you're able to identify your limiting beliefs that are contributing to this happening. So through your shadow work and through your positive affirmations, you have come to firmly believe that you are worthy of love, that you deserve to be made a first priority, and that the universe is working on bringing a loving relationship to you. Oh. Can you hear it? I love this song. There's just something about it. So you've done your shadow work, you've done your positive affirmations, and you have changed your beliefs. So again, my examples will of course be oversimplified, but in the case that you have successfully changed your beliefs, it can sort of go one of two ways. The first outcome would be that your person of interest starts to change. So this on and off flaky behavior is no more. They start to respond to you quicker, they start to initiate conversation more often, express a desire to see you, they start to open up more and be more affectionate with you. And before long, the two of you are in a happy relationship. So what happened here? Well, it's similar to the Jimin example. So you remember Roger was manifesting negative, unpleasant, yet out of character behavior from Jimin because of Roger's own subconscious limiting beliefs. So in the case of you and your relationship, this might look like you manifesting meeting your person or only being able to interact with your person when they are very swamped or when they are very preoccupied, when they are going through something mentally or emotionally and they just can't fully be themselves or fully be there. And this would reflect back to you such that you find this person to be distant or disinterested or non-committal. And by clearing away your negative beliefs, you're now able to experience this person's true self, who is sweet and caring and considerate. And I do want to mention that it might take some time for this shift to happen. Of course, it does take time for us to reprogram our own subconscious mind, but whenever we have manifestation that involves another person, we have to be considerate of their timeline as well. So it's important to be patient and just understand that these changes may be gradual. So that's one possible outcome that you could experience when you swap out your limiting beliefs for positive ones. Another outcome that could happen is that this person exits your life. And the reason that this might happen is that the person whom you were interested in is unable or unwilling to behave towards you in a way that would reflect your positive beliefs to you. They would just naturally leave your life because the universe is only interested in matching you with people who are going to be in alignment with your beliefs. So if you're now believing that you deserve the best, you deserve to be a priority, you deserve to be chosen, you deserve to be honored and respected and all of that wonderful stuff, and this person is just not able or willing or not ready to reflect that to you, then naturally you will drift apart. But I want to point out that in your new mindset, you probably would not care if this person leaves your life. You will not have time for people who aren't able to meet you on your level. In fact, this distancing could very well be your own decision, because at this point, you would no longer be interested in relationships that don't serve your highest good. But I do want to say that this person could re-enter your life at a later time if they are willing or able to change on their own terms. And again, this requires patience. And of course, at that point, upon their return, it would be entirely up to you if you want to pursue things further with them or not. So yes, this person could change, this person could come back. Some people might be wondering if it's possible to use manifestation to make these changes happen or to make them happen faster. If someone does love you or care for you, you sending them positive, loving, and healing intentions their way, it can definitely help them to get out of their dark situation. It can help them to get back to their true self and to reconnect with you. But if somebody is acting distant from a place of disinterest, getting that person to change and have feelings for you and want to be in a relationship with you, it's a lot more difficult. As we've seen throughout this video, we can very much manifest words, actions, behaviors from specific people, even if they're out of character. But when it comes to being in a long-term, committed, happy relationship with somebody else, this is no longer just a matter of like a one-time action or them like being in a certain mood. This is a long-term dynamic that requires compatible personalities and compatible preferences. This is why sometimes, we can manifest like a text message from somebody who has been acting distant. We could manifest some affectionate communication from them or even a physical encounter with them, but often it doesn't lead to that commitment or that happy relationship that we want, because that would be a matter of literally like manifesting a change in their personality. Can we manifest a change in someone's personality? Honestly, maybe. There might be some kind of magic or witchcraft or something that you can use to do that, but should we do it? I personally don't think we should. When it comes to manifesting something from someone that goes against their natural state of being, I don't think that the question should be, can we do it? The question should be, should we do it? And why do we want to do it in the first place? Why do we want to be with someone who doesn't want to be with us? And I think that question takes a lot of honest introspection to answer. Trying to change a person is not considered acceptable in the 3D. I don't really see why it would be acceptable in a spiritual sense. If you're interested in somebody who has been distant with you and you're not sure, like, is this their true self, or are they just going through something and they're not acting like themselves? The best way to figure this out is to bring it back to yourself. Change your limiting beliefs to positive ones and see, does this person change or do they exit my life? That can be how you know what is the true nature of this person. If you reach a place where you think very highly of yourself and you're only interested in relationships and situations that serve your highest good, it will reach a point where the universe can no longer match you with people who are not interested in honoring that. What you choose to manifest is very much up to you. So I will say this is just my personal opinion. But I think it's best, rather than to be like super intent on manifesting one specific person and like putting all your focus on that. I think it's best to simply manifest the intention to be with someone who will treat us with love, care, and support, and respect, and be trustworthy. Remember that the universe is very efficient, and so when bringing us what we want, it will choose the path of least resistance. So if there's already somebody in your life that you're interested in and they're interested in you, and the universe sees that this person will fulfill all those wonderful things for you, I think it doesn't really matter. Even if you're manifesting just in general, you know, I want somebody who is good for me. The universe, of course, will see, oh, this person is right there and you have a preference for them, and I see that they can fulfill all these things for you, and the universe will naturally put you with that specific person that you prefer. So in short, manifesting things from other people is okay. Using manifestation to amplify a positive connection between you and someone else is okay. Using manifestation to try to get somebody to be with you who doesn't want to be with you is possible, but very questionable. So finally, there is one last thing I want to touch on in this video, and that is manifesting a relationship with somebody you have not met yet. Like a specific person that you just haven't met in person. From past personal readings, I do know that this is something people are interested in doing, so I thought I would just talk about it for a little bit. If you're trying to do this, if you're trying to manifest someone who, like, you haven't met them in person, or you know them but they don't know you, I would definitely start by manifesting meeting the person, because I think there's much less resistance there. Most of us, if not all of us, I feel like we don't have any subconscious objections to meeting new people, to meeting someone we haven't met before. So your specific person, if they don't know you yet, they likely wouldn't have any like limiting beliefs about meeting you, you know? So as long as you don't have any limiting beliefs, I think that this meeting could happen fairly easily. Depending on the bridge of events that the universe needs to create, it could take some time, but it could happen pretty smoothly. I think it's better to start this way rather than, you know, trying to manifest a relationship with them right off the bat, because we have no idea what that person's subconscious beliefs are with regards to relationships. Like, they might have a lot of resistance to that. And also, even if you are quite familiar with this person's higher self, there could still be quite a bit that you don't know about their human self, about their, you know, their avatar. So my practical advice, and again, this is just my personal opinion, you can do whatever you want. My advice would be to manifest meeting the person first and see how you feel with them, see if you are compatible, and if you would like to manifest a relationship with them, you can take it from there. So I hope this video clarified some things for you. Thank you very, very much for watching, whether you watch just a little part or the whole thing. I really appreciate you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. And if there are any other manifestation or spiritual topics that you would like me to talk about, please do let me know. I'm sending you lots of love, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye!